Hey guys, Stephen Bogren here from Pro Physique. Today, what I want to talk about is your judge's feedback and constructive criticism. Hey everybody, hope you're having a great Friday. Happy 5th of July. Obviously, I missed the 4th. But hopefully you guys had a safe, wonderful time enjoying our country, our freedoms, all the wonderful things that entails, and stayed safe while doing it. If you got bailed out this morning, congratulations, you have somebody to bail you out. That's always a good thing, right? Anyways, this one's a tough one. And this one really requires a lot of thought, and it requires a lot of objectivity with yourself, and it can be pretty difficult, right? And essentially the question, it comes from my Instagram. The question was, all right, let's talk about how do I take constructive criticism? How do I get better at allowing what people tell me for how I can improve to actually sink in and make sense and make a difference in my life? And so if you're a physique athlete, I think this one's pretty straightforward. You have to listen. You don't have to always like it. I don't always, in fact, most of the time when somebody gives me constructive criticism or, criticism in general, I don't fucking like it. I'm never like, great dude, glad to hear that I don't have my shit together and I'm a fucking emotional wreck. Or, great to hear that my physique sucks and I need to do years more work. Or, great dude, glad to hear that you hate that thing about my personality, right? Doesn't feel good. Nobody's like, woo, fuck yeah, I got shit to work on. But what we have to do is we have to do our best to take a step back. Let's take a step back from our emotions when people are giving us constructive criticism and say, okay, I want to look at this like I am somebody separate as much as possible. I know that's tough. And I want to look at it and say, are they right? Do they have some validity to the things that they're saying, right? Now, I think with our physique, for me at least with my physique, I think I'm a little bit less emotionally invested in it. At this point, I'm going to go to the gym till the day I die probably. I love lifting weights. I want to be strong. It just is what it is. I love the process so much that the outcome, this, I care less about that. I care more about just the fact that I get to do it on a daily basis, right? And so I think for me, when I get feedback on my physique, yeah, cool. I'm not as emotionally invested in it, so it's easier for me to take it. Yeah, I could use some more quads for sure. I need some more hamstrings. I needed to be leaner at my shows. Yes, I absolutely could have been leaner. I didn't have quite as much hamstring separation as I wanted. My glutes weren't quite as well defined as I wanted. Yeah, absolutely, sure. And so I think that, those things, it's a little bit easier for me to take that feedback, right? It's a little bit easier for me to say, yeah, you got a point. I could definitely, I need to keep building my quads. I got long femurs. They don't look super impressive. I just need more muscle there. Yeah, I could absolutely use bigger shoulders, I could really round them out. I really need to hit that medial delt better and pay attention to activating it and making sure that it's getting the proper amount of volume. I can see that. At the end of the day, if you're competing in a league and you don't like what the judges say, that sucks, dude. Because those judges, the people that are behind that table, writing down those score numbers, they're the ones that are going to control how well or poorly that you do on that stage. It's their opinion that you are paying for. That's tough, right? So it is what it is. You could go to a different judging panel, go do a show somewhere else where you're going to have different judges. But at the end of the day, you're paying those judges for their opinions, for their feedback. So if you don't like what they say, that's tough. Because you're paying a lot of money to compete in the league where their say dictates how well you do. So it's tough. I don't always love the judges' feedbacks, but I have to respect and adhere to it as a coach. I have to respect and adhere to say, this is what the judges want. Different judges, different areas, different leagues. I have to understand that, and I have to cater to what they're looking for, right? Not every league is the NPC. Not every league is the CPA, the OCB, right? The IPA. There's a bunch of them. So we have to make sure that we're doing the right things to bring the look, the conditioning that they want in that league so that you, as a competitor, can do well, right? And the same thing, that should be your goal. As a competitor, you should be looking at those things and saying, well, I want to do well here. I need to fit like the mold, right? It's a mold, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing the right things to where we're taking that feedback and understanding that if our goal is to do well in that league, in that region, at that show, whatever it might be, we have to, it doesn't matter whether you like it, we got to abide by it, right? My parents had rules when I was a kid. My parent had rules when I was a kid. Like, I didn't have to like them, but if I didn't abide by them, well, I got in trouble. I don't like all the laws. I think, whatever. Sometimes I want to go 180 on my motorcycle. Well, guess what? If I break the rules, if I do something I'm not supposed to do, or I'm not working within those limits, right? I can get in trouble. Shit can go bad. Now, as a competitor, it just means you're not going to place as well, or you're not going to do as well. Okay. But again, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of dedication and life to put into something, to say, well, fuck it, I don't care what you think, guy who's in charge. I'm going to do whatever I want. Or girl who's in charge. On top of that, if we get away from competition, again, it kind of comes back down to that. I have to try and be objective with myself. I have to try and keep my pride in check. I like to think that I'm a catch. I like to think that I'm good looking and funny and talented and all this other shit. That doesn't mean everybody else sees me that way, right? Do some people see me that way? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, some people do. But that doesn't mean that everybody sees me that way. And even though some people may see me that way, they might see things within me that I can't see. Again, objectivity is a hell of a thing, right? So just because we try to be objective with ourselves, we try to be honest with ourselves, doesn't mean that we always are able to manage that. Sometimes we need that third party, that outside eye, that outside perspective to let us know that maybe some shit's off. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I have some issues. Maybe there's some things that I need to work on that will help to make me a better person, a better friend, a better son, a better coach, right? A better athlete. Yeah, absolutely. But if my mind is made up automatically out of, before anything happens, that I'm the shit, I'm the best, fuck you, I know more than you, like, my pride is keeping me from getting better. And that's tough, because I want to have pride. I want to be confident in what I do. Like, it's important, right? Especially for my clients. Like, it's important that you guys don't think that I'm second guessing everything, that I don't have an idea, or that I think I don't have an idea what I'm doing. So there absolutely has to be some semblance of confidence there, right? But too much confidence can be prideful. Pride can absolutely keep you from progressing, right? Like, I have to be open and willing to being wrong, okay? Not only in my coaching, right? If a better approach comes out and new research comes out, or we find out some new stuff, I have to be open to embracing that. It's the same thing in my personal life. Like, if I'm in a relationship or seeing somebody or something's going on, and they're like, hey, like, I like you, but there's this thing that you do, or there's this thing that you're doing or saying, and it doesn't make me feel so great, I have to look at myself. I have to say, all right, well, if this is important to me, I have to do something to make a change if this person's important to me. Family, friends, romantic, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter how it is. We have to be open to the idea that not everything that we do is fucking sunshine and butterflies and rainbows, right? We all do our own shitty stuff. We all take people for granted at one point or another. We all are unthoughtful. We all do things to hurt other people, right? It happens. It doesn't mean that it's like on purpose, but we have to own that shit. We can't say, oh yeah, well this is going on and that's going on. No, I made that decision. You were right. You should hold me accountable to the things that I'm doing. Right? I need to be held accountable for that. But I cannot be held accountable for it by you if I'm completely closed off. We have to be open to that criticism, and it's hard, and it takes practice, and there's going to be times where we're going to say, fuck you, go fuck yourself, and then we have to go think about it, and we have to really take it into consideration, and then say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm a dick, Like, my bad, dude. It happens. So that's really what it comes down to. That constructive criticism, it's that battle between, like, I'm great, I have room to improve, I need to get better, like, I appreciate your opinion. Just because you give me constructive criticism doesn't necessarily mean that it's right or wrong, but I should take that in, give it serious consideration, and then act from there. So that's it, guys. That's what I have on constructive criticism today, both on the competitive level and on the life level. Leave it there. Have a happy Friday, guys.